Hello, everybody.
Howdy, howdy.
How's it going, guys? This is another episode on the practice room here.
Welcome back.
Yes, indeed. It is time to start the next challenge, and this time it's me.
Brand new.
Oh yes.
No more parts.
No more. No more Skullman and challenges. Now, well, I just said challenges, but you know what? Screw it. We're doing another challenge.
We're gonna challenge all over.
We're gonna. So last time it was my turn. I finished up Skullman, and this time, and I believe last two episodes ago, I was actually going to draw items from like in terms of like smaller pixel sizes and stuff, and draw them I shall. And what better way to actually draw something than finding a franchise about like small items that I can make? So this one, I'm actually going to make Legend of Zelda items.
Aw, yeah.
So the first thing we're going to start off with is something.
Well, which Zelda?
Ocarina of Time.
Oh, a classic.
Yes.
Lots of very memorable items.
Yeah, there's a lot of items in that game. So what I'm going to do is I'm not saying I'm going to go down the entire list, but I'm definitely going to draw certain items that I think are more iconic than not. So the first one I'm going to start off with is probably a Deku-Net.
Ooh.
So the first thing about Deku-Nets is that they're very they're obviously round.
A little bit brown.
It's kind of weird because in the games they're obviously brown. Well, not in the lore, but like, how would I say it?
And like the design.
Yeah, in the design they're not brownish, or they're brownish, but like it's kind of weird because they look red.
A bit of a reddish tinge.
Yes, so I think that's what we're gonna go for. So we're gonna get an outline first right here.
Yeah, it's a very fall nut.
Yeah. And then we're going to...
precious ammunition.
Curve it.
Which couldn't be gathered. Had to be purchased in store.
Actually, that's wrong. That's incorrect.
Oh, I fail?
No, it's fine. You didn't really know that much about it. No, I'm not trying to mock you on your...
No, mock away. The amount of time I've put into Ocarina of Time is 0.
No, it's fine. I'm just saying...
Well, no, I take that back. It's like a minute and 30 seconds to create the first save, and then I haven't played.
Yeah.
I haven't made it to Impa's house yet. Or, no, that's Impa's...
You mean Zelda's?
I mean Zelda's house yet.
So that means you've actually fought... Have you fought like a boss or something?
No. Okay. No, wait. Am I thinking of the right one? I am not thinking of the right one. Never mind. I have not started Ocarina of Time at all. I have started Wind Waker.
Oh, so wait, but Impa's not in that game.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
I now realize that too.
It's okay. It's okay. Well,
my ignorance is showing.
No, it's fine. It's fine, dude. Don't worry about it. The thing is that like, it's a learning experience. So in Ocarina of Time, Deku-Nuts, I'm not saying Deku-Nuts are the first thing you get, but they're one of the first items you can obtain other than Deku Sticks.
That all come from the Deku Tree?
Not necessarily the Deku Tree, but like certain enemies called like Deku Babas.
Ah.
They're kind of weird. They look like they're like man-eating plant. They look, or not man-eating plants, but they have like these needle-like teeth.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like blue.
Okay, so Deku's just a region name.
Yeah.
Ah.
It's not also a name for a certain anime character.
Ha ha ha. One we have totally not discussed at all ever in this show.
Not like history. I have an obsession with certain anime.
None at all.
No. Okay. Of course. So, but regardless, the thing is with Deku-Nuts is that they are they're not really like hardish red.
Mm-hmm.
They're kind of
amber.
Kind of like an orangish red, like right here. I think.
Auburn. No, that's more of a maroon red.
No, that's not it. No.
What about
maybe this right here? Not really.
Orange. I don't know what an orange red would be called. Because like a burnt orange is still more orange than red to me.
Ooh, actually, pretty close.
Maybe an overly.
Well, here's kind of a
refried.
Here's kind of a
red.
What? Wait, what did you say?
A refried red. Like I was trying to say burnt twice, but I couldn't think of it.
Yeah. No, but this is kind of like what I guess the nut would look like. Kind of look like a orangish red, or kind of a darkish orange red. Here, let me. Like that.
Oh, I see.
Kind of like this. And then, here, let me kind of reduce the size.
Not so pointy.
Yeah.
We don't want this to stab people.
Well, I mean, it's the thing about it is it's used to stun people. Like it causes like a flash for some reason. And don't ask me why. But
all right.
It's like getting hit by like a solar flare. In Dragon
This is
Ball.
a powerful nut then.
Actually, it's funny. It's probably one of the most. I'm not saying broken items, but it's definitely one of the best items in the game. Like, and you get it starting off.
Nice.
So.
But you don't have an infinite amount of them.
Oh no! You have to gather them from Dekubabas. It's actually very simple to get them.
Right.
Okay, so what we're actually gonna do, I think I'm gonna.
You know, I've always known like the Zelda games have always been very prevalent in my gaming, like of list of things to play, and I've never just. One of the things is I've never really had the systems to play the Zelda games.
Yeah.
Until quite recently, when I fixed up GameCube.
Mm-hmm.
Super fun project, by the way.
Oh yes.
Basically, there's a local game store where we're at, and they had a big they have a big rack of like as is consoles, and so they may be broken, they may not be. Pick it up and see if you can work with it. And I had watched a friend of mine fix or actually just mod his GameCube and kind of explain like how the internals worked. And I was like, okay, let's see if I can't try this. And so I got one and brought it back, and he was like, oh yeah, okay, this will work cool. You can do this kind of stuff with it. I didn't realize they had. Like some GameCubes don't have this digital display port output, and they can only, so it makes it really hard to do like HDMI mods, and some of them don't have the right kind of serial port on the bottom to be able to hook up the extra hardware, which is really interesting. But this one had all the right stuff on it, and so basically what you do. Or what I did was you go into, there's two motherboards. There's one that's attached to the disc reader, and then there's one that's got all of the processors on it.
Mm-hmm.
And so on the one that's attached to the disc reader, you put in a mod chip that basically bypasses the region lock and the disc verification system. So you can play burn discs on it.
Yeah.
The thing that you have to do in addition with that chip, which I totally failed on the first installation, and then in trying to uninstall it, ripped out some of the traces, and then had to make the decision of buy another GameCube, buy another unit, like buy another optical unit, or bypass the optical unit entirely, because there's people that make they basically make a modified thing, like in place of where the disc reader would plug in, you basically just it's an apparatus that lets you plug in a SD card and make it act like a disc reader.
Mm-hmm.
But I was like, the disc reader still functions. It's just the motherboard that's broke. So I went cruising through eBay, and it turns out there was a guy at that time that was like, broken disc reader, possible issue is that the motor's not working. I'm like, perfect. I can rip off the motherboard of his broken disc reader and slap it on mine and try this mod chip again. And that plan wound up working great. And so the other thing that you have to do with it is you have to tune the potentiometer.
Yeah.
That's on the underside. And basically all that's doing is adjusting the focus of the laser, because in order like, I don't know the complete science of it, but the base set that the laser is at, in order to read GameCube games, can't read just burnt discs either. Yes. So you have to have the chip in accompaniment with tuning the laser. And just helpful side tip, if your GameCube is having a hard time reading discs now and you think that your laser is broken, try tuning the potentiometer and you can probably wind up fixing it.
Right.
And it's not something where the laser is actually not functioning. Like if the motor's still working and it's moving and it's just saying this can't be read, tuning the potentiometer, tuning it down, has the potential. The only tool you need for that is a multimeter and a screwdriver. And basically, you just place a lead on each end, set it to ohms or resistance. And from what I've seen is that the GameCubes usually sit at around 200 to 300 ohms on their base resistance. In order to read burnt discs, crank it down to about 70.
Yeah,
and that seems to be the good spot where me and my friend have gotten them to be able to work. But you know, every cube is different. But as you work it up or down, you'll find a spot where it can probably start reading discs again.
Yeah.
There's some videos on YouTube that talk about like it's adjusting the power of the laser, and you'll burn your laser out if you tune it too high or too low. That's not true. You're not going to break your laser with your potentiometer tune.
Yeah.
So don't freak out if it seems.
Don't panic.
If you see videos like that and they're like, if you tune it down too low, it's going to catch on fire. It's like, no, it's not. You're just adjusting the focus of the lens.
Don't panic, everybody.
It's going to be.
Honestly, the moral of the story is just don't panic.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of these projects came down to don't panic. And so now it can read burnt discs. So what you do, the third thing you do is underneath on the serial port, there's a little PCB that people make called the SD to SP loader.
Yeah.
And what it is it's just an attachment that you plug into serial port 2, I think it is, on the underside, and it's got a little slot where you can stick a micro SD.
Yeah.
So what you do is you can load your ISO files on that micro SD, and then you burn a disk with a software called Swiss, which is just basically an operating system to be able to interface with your micro SD card, and with your Swiss disk and your micro SD combined. Now you can just pull games off of your micro SD and play them directly.
Yeah.
You can also load other types of emulators.
Yeah.
If you want on the micro SD, if you want to do like SNES emulators or N64 or Game Boy or Game Boy Advance, any of that stuff.
Sounds like a plan.
Yep. And it's cool because you, even with all of this stuff, you can still do the Game Boy player attachment if you want to the GameCube. And so the whole reason why the Game Boy player is expensive is that the player's not expensive, the disc is expensive. And so
because Nintendo is notorious for not making enough discs for certain things. That's why certain games are so expensive.
Yeah. So the beauty of doing the Xenomod route is because now you can read burnt discs. You can just buy the Game Boy player unit and burn a disc of the Game Boy Player software and stick it in, and it'll work.
Yeah.
And now you can play Game Boy games at GameCube resolution.
I mean, I'd like to play it on like higher resolution, but I don't think you could probably do that.
Well, there's also exclusive stuff that Nintendo did on like I think if you get Pokemon Coliseum, or if you have if you have a Pokemon Coliseum save, and then you plug in I think like Sapphire, Ruby, or Emerald.
No, I know what you
can get a Jirachi.
Yeah, actually, is it that or if I remember correct? No. The Japanese version gives you Celebi.
Yeah,
because I don't know why.
But there's like promotional stuff like that you can do, and this does not require the Game Boy Player. But another fun thing is you can. There's an adapter to plug in your Game Boy Advance to the one of the controller ports in the GameCube, and what that does on some games is it gives you a second screen that can either be like a readout for your items, or it can be like a little mini map of the area. And I know there's like a couple of the Metal Gear Solids that's actually compatible with, and like the 007 games have uses for it.
Oh no.
Or you can just use it as an extra controller.
Yeah. No. The thing is that I've played a game like that before. It's one of the Zelda games. It's Four Swords Adventures. And the thing about it is that the thing about Four Swords is it's entirely 4-player when it comes to like the Game Boy Advance section. But the thing is also like if you use you have to. I'm not saying you have to, but like sometimes it's mandatory to do it. To use. Actually, no. I wouldn't say it's mandatory. I would say it's more encouraged. The game is designed that becomes like the thing that you want to try. And I think it's because Nintendo wanted to try to implement the Game Boy Advance in certain games. Yeah, like you said, Pokemon Coliseum and its sequel, Gale of Darkness. Mm-hmm. They do that whole GameCube or Game Boy Advance system where like you get on Ruby and Sapphire and Emerald, and you're able to trade your Pokemon to the game. Yeah. And the thing is that in that game, there are certain mons that have hidden moves that they shouldn't learn. Yeah. Compared to the games, it's not supposed to have the move, but if you have it into that game,
then you can get those moves unlocked. Yeah. That's a pretty cool way to do extras, and it's just neat to be like, oh my old hardware has new uses. Yeah, and and being able to get all of your different pieces to interact with each other makes it really fun. Mm-hmm. It's really fun in Pokemon World because you can use it to trade up generations. Oh yes, which can be a whole. I've got a friend that's trying to do like trade from 1 to 7 or 8, whatever they're on now. Yeah, and it's been quite the adventure.
Oh, of course. And the thing is that with Pokemon is that like they've always been renowned like as the generations go on that it's encouraged kind of just having those games, because then like having those games with you helps out with trying to get all the Pokemon that you need or that you want. Mm-hmm. And oh wow, that's way too big. Sorry, I haven't been talking about.
But wait,
talking about the.
We totally skipped over the blue thing. So what? So we finished the Deku Nut.
So, yeah, we finished the Deku Nut. I went back and actually decided to detail it a bit, have it kind of like give this warmish orangish brown kind of look, because that's actually in the picture. That's what it looks like. As for the bomb, it wasn't that hard. Actually, I had like kind of kind of looks. Hold on, let me fix this a bit. Kind of looks weird, but I think it looks okay. And I think I'm gonna add one more thing. No, yes.
So this is the one that like smokes up when you throw it.
Yeah, it's funny how you say that actually, because anytime you pick, obviously, like when you pick up a bomb in Zelda, like you have a countdown timer.
Mm-hmm.
So like,
can't let it go off in your hand.
No, otherwise you'll blow yourself up. Don't do that, kids.
Don't be cooking grenades, kids. It's 5-second timer.
But
don't throw it right away because then they'll throw it back. You got to count to like 3 and then heave it.
Here's the deal: is that there we go.
And if you've ever seen the Monty Python bit, counting to 3 is harder than you think.
Right. 1, 2, 5. Lisa, 3.
Yeah. I'm still over the fact that Monty Python had like that. What was it? It was kind of like. It was kind of like.
What was the
learning educational, and like 2 people ran into each other to make words.
Yeah.
I thought that was hilarious.
Yeah, they've really got quite a run of fun skits. I've watched more of the show, The Flying Circus, than I have of the movies. Like I've never seen.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I only saw the Holy Grail once, all the way through. It's been a while. And I've never seen The Life of Brian.
I've only touched.
But I've seen like the Biggest Dickus scene 100 times.
Like Sillius Sodus or Biggest Dickus. What's funny about Biggest Dickus? Well, it's a joke name, sir. I have a very great friend in Rome called Biggest Dickus. Silence! What is all this insolence?
I'm just like cruising through YouTube. This one guy did an awesome animation kind of retelling of the scene, but he did it as Sussus Among Us.
Anybody else feel like a little giggle? When I say the name Sussus Amogus.
So I can tell you how recent.
Oh, of course.
Yeah,
of course it is.
But he like he did the animations really, really well. It made it even more hilarious.
I need to line this up.
But I watched a lot of the show and actually really enjoyed it. Like the Ministry of Silly Walks was one of my favorite bits. And the guy was going to try and receive a grant to develop his silly walk, and they're like, no, your walk's not nearly silly enough to be able. It took me 2 hours to walk to work, and I live a block away. That's how silly your walk needs to be. You really gotta step it up.
So, funny story about this. So this is gonna be an item called Din's Fire.
Okay.
Now, Din's Fire, it's an all around attack that you put you kind of throw to the ground and like
has an area of effect.
Kind of, yes. Here's the thing: when I saw in the inventory when I was a kid, I thought it looked like a fucking envelope or something, and then I didn't realize it was a crystal.
You were like, I can't open this letter.
Exactly. Like,
why isn't it working?
And the funny thing is, you get a letter from Zelda in the beginning of the game.
Yeah, so you think that that's it, and you're just carrying this item ceremoniously.
Yeah, and you get 2 more. You get You get Neru's love and Far's wind.
That's funny.
So, the thing about it is that you have to go to the Great Fairy in order to get these. So, just telling you now. And the thing is that
Pro tip, kids.
Yeah, if you're playing a age-old...
I'm going to let you in on a gamer secret here.
I'll let you in on a gamer secret that should have been figured out for years.
This game's totally not like 20 years old.
Yeah, exactly. Now, here's the problem with finding this color. It's kind of like an amethyst kind of look.
Yeah, you gotta kind of blend a couple of them.
It's just that weird crystal look. Mm-hmm. And then the one spot is like white.
Ooh.
So I'm gonna get rid of the cross parts right here, or the cross lines.
Yeah.
Because I don't think it does not work.
Yeah, it's all you'll have the color transition as your break line.
Yeah. And if you've noticed, what I do with the pixel art also is instead of going for like the black lines that I'm doing right here for Din's Fire, I actually went for dark, like kind of a darkest color for the bomb, like as a dark blue to make it look more animated, or not really animated.
It's blending in so that you don't just have this hard outline.
Yeah, and then I also did it for the Decunet.
Yeah, it's got a reddish, tint to it.
Yeah, and it has a dark red, or darkish brownish reddish kind of mixture abomination color to make it look like that. Now,
that's a good way to
here's
do that.
the
Just
deal:
blend your construction lines with using coloring.
Yeah. All right. I'm gonna have to make this a little bit purple.
Because each quarter this is probably an 8-sided diamond, but each quarter that you see is going to have to be a little bit different shades so that you can see the transitions.
Yeah. Whoops.
Perfect.
Awesome.
Nailed it. First try.
It's like the Lego movie First Try. That movie is actually really funny.
I saw, Okay, okay, I did see the Lego movie, but I didn't see the one where it was just Batman by himself.
Oh, no, I didn't watch that either. Okay, so here's the thing. With Din's Fire, I have to put a fire kind of thing right here. So.
Aren't you the girl that kept changing her name every time she met me?
I mean...
I'm trying to think of quotes from the movie that aren't the obvious ones.
Yeah.
I can't do it.
No, it's okay. Don't worry about it.
It wasn't quotable enough. I didn't see it.
It wasn't memorable enough.
A whole bunch of times either. So.
What? Oh, are you talking about
the Lego movie?
Lego movie?
Yeah.
No, that movie was great.
Very enjoyable.
Taco Tuesday. Oh God. Okay. Everything is awesome.
Yeah.
Everything. Well, because that's
the most notable part of the movie.
Yeah, because it's. Okay, this looks weird. Trying to make a fire outline. It's kind of tough for me because I gotta.
It's gotta have a little internal flame.
Yes, because that's what's happening on the inside of the crystal.
Yeah, this is going to be interesting.
I don't want to take too much time on this one, but
I want to see you pull it off.
Oh, definitely. I'm not giving up on this one. I'm definitely.
We're not quitters here.
I'm not a quitter.
Haven't quit yet.
Yeah, exactly. And then someone shows me a glass of water and I fall.
Oh yeah. Cut to a compilation of me quitting everything.
I'm a quitter.
I'm a quitter.
Yeah. So on my road of console modifications and now downloading copies of Zelda that I'll never play.
Oh,
come
on, man. You gotta try. Okay,
I do.
Okay.
I really do want to play. It's on the list. I'm gonna get to it. Right now, I have to beat Need for Speed Underground 2.
Oh, it's fine.
I'm on a roll there. That game is so much fun.
I get it. You got games you can play. I'm still trying. Funny thing, actually, you talk about that. I was playing Godzilla, Destroy All Monsters Melee.
That one's a good one.
Oh, that dude! Like, guys, if you've never played like a good Godzilla game, play that game because that's a good Godzilla game.
You would have no idea how cool it looks from the title or the like cover art, because you can't. It's really like you think Godzilla game and it's like okay, yeah, run around, smash a town, maybe or combat monster fight, and it's like I mean that sounds fun, but it's hard to picture, right? When you play it, man, it is the coolest thing ever. You're in a town fighting another monster, and you're destroying the town while you're fighting another monster, and you can like pick up buildings and chuck it at each other. The whatever's the local army of the town you're in is also shooting at you and the other guy while this is going down.
There's a freeze ray that can freeze you. It's annoying, but it adds so much like.
There's an alien ship floating around providing commentary.
It's either
the newscasters are also like they're like talking about it, like, oh man, he just slammed him to the ground.
Sometimes the military will, if you're winning or losing, kind of bad. Like the military will sometimes call out which one is doing better, and they'll focus fire on that monster.
Yeah, it is.
So like if you're doing better, like the military will start attacking you. Actually, I figured out what the spaceship does. It actually drops power-ups.
Oh, the spaceship drops the power-ups.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
It drops power-ups. And I was like, what? And I didn't figure that out like until a little bit later.
Yeah, this game is so much fun. Like, because you know how like Injustice had and Dead or Alive had environmental destruction where you could like crash through the wall of a stage or the floor. Tekken did this too. And then you would like be in a new environment and you're like, that's cool, but what if I'm the size of the town and just throwing the whole town at each other?
Well, the thing is that like the problem with it is like there's not. I mean, yes, you're messing with the environment because you're a monster. It makes sense, but at the same time, it's not like changing to a point where like a nuke exploded or like honestly, that would add such a big dimension. Like if they try to nuke the monster,
that would be wild.
That would be cool, and I think that would be awesome. Like just trying to think of like certain things to improve those Godzilla games, those pipework Godzilla games.
Dear local modding community,
I would. Oh my god!
Please put nukes on Godzilla Destroy All Monsters.
Please make another Godzilla game that isn't trash. That PS4 Godzilla garbage shit, that is trash.
I've not seen that one.
No, it's. I mean, look, it's iconic to a point where it's like it shows the iconicness of the Godzilla series, but it's so boring.
Aww.
And it's like, well, I mean, like, yeah.
Well, you hate to see a bad game, you know.
Oh, definitely.
When it's like a franchise that you really enjoy, and then they just make an awful one, and you're like, oh,
yeah. Like,
why'd you have to do that?
Exactly.
Come on.
We
could have been friends.
It could have been special. Like, that's the thing.
I was rooting for you.
I'm getting so angry.
Let's think back to how many times like franchises have betrayed themselves.
Yeah, man. Like it's like kind of that thing in episode 3. Like, you were the chosen one.
You were the chosen one.
Just
you were sent to bring balance to the force.
Not leave it in darkness. And then
I hate
you. The companies are like,
I hate you.
I hate you. And then like It's not. Wait, no, it's not the company. It's the game. And then us as gamers, you're just like, you were my brother. I loved you. By the way, okay, now we're changing the story.
I know we've verbalized the whole meme.
Can I just say that I love, as much as I say it's a meme, I fucking love that scene in Revenge of the Sith.
It's a great one.
It's so sad to see. I sound like a wimp.
It's a great moment of like the pinnacle of that confrontation because they were best friends.
Yeah, they were.
And he's like, dude, you're betraying me and everything I love.
You were basically destroying.
This girl's gonna die anyway. It's not worth it, bro.
It wasn't even about that. It was fucking Palpatine that was just twisting his mind.
Yeah, and like how
doubts in his head.
How strong his manipulation was, and you were just like, oh.
And wow. You know what the word? And I think I've already said this before, like in one of the last episodes.
It's a great fight scene too. I think it's actually the longest.
It's one of my
fight of the whole thing.
Yeah, and the thing is that the choreography is stellar.
Yeah,
like, it's great.
That's a good time.
Like, I'm so glad that the prequels have such good lightsaber fights. No, it's not. It's not that
we were blessed,
but it definitely helps.
Awesome music.
Awesome music, yeah.
That's just John Williams doing John Williams.
Oh yeah, of course. I mean, I think Duel of the Fates is probably one of my favorite themes in Star Wars history. Or
just slowly put this on in the background.
Just stuff like that. It's so iconic because you only really hear it. Methamphetamines. You can thank one of my friends for that one.
That's bad.
I know it is. Oh god.
Goodness.
So,
all right, we got a nice looking flame here.
Oh yeah.
It is toasty.
But yeah, like this actually is coming together pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, see? So here you go. Here, let me see if I can. So. But yeah, back to Star Wars.
Back to Star Wars.
Sorry, I'm so into.
Back to tangent number 3.
Yeah, I'm not going to talk about Grievous this time, guys. I've already said my spiel.
It's a legendary history, though. If you go back to like Skullman Part 2, I think, or no, it was Skullman. Was it Part 1 or Part 2?
Part 2.
It was Part 2. Yeah. Legendary explanation on like the origin of Grievous.
Yes.
And me nerding out over the comic books.
Oh yeah, I think it's a good conversation. So, yeah, like.
Well, I'll tell you, my love of Star Wars. I'm looking at right now. I have 3 Game Boy Advance games of Star Wars. It was the New Droid Army, Lego Star Wars 2, and the whole Episode 3 Revenge of the Sith. And that's a really fun one. So, like everyone knows what Lego Star Wars is. The New Droid Army was like Episode 2, like Clone Wars era.
Yeah,
and
wasn't it Anakin?
You were Padawan Anakin.
Yeah,
you basically the council had gotten word that there was this new type of droid being constructed, and you were supposed to go and find the plans and go destroy them. Yeah. And so you go chase down people, on Tatooine and Coruscant, and then eventually Geonosis to try and figure out, where who made the plans and where they are. And I think you wind up finding Count Dooku at some point.
Yeah.
It actually
and the reason why I'm gonna say this, the reason why Anakin never finds Grievous is because that doesn't happen until Episode 3.
Right.
Like, they never show it themselves face to face. That's why they're always like, oh, they found Grievous, but like he's in a battleship, and like Anakin's following him. but he's never faced him like face to face.
Yeah, and it was a top-down 3D platformer with the fighting mechanics in that same viewpoint. It was cool because basically different lightsaber swings came from just hitting different button combinations a direction in button combination. And what was funny was you couldn't move when you were blocking. He could only pivot. And so basically what you would do is hold the block button and then just spin him around in a circle really fast, and it looked like he was dancing.
It's actually funny you say that. TFS, Team 4-Star Gaming, they played that game.
Oh, they did?
Yes, they did.
Oh, this is how you know it.
And the reason why I think it's funny is that the guys that were playing it, oh no, it's going out to space.
Control Z. Really?
I wish Navi was with me. Actually, you know what? I should draw Navi. I think I will.
Whoa, yeah, totally.
So there we go.
So what did 4-Star do?
So what happened was Team 4-Star Gaming. It was Lanny and Grant.
Says Team 3-Star again. I'm gonna snap his neck.
Team 3-Star. I love that skit. It's so good.
Okay, the second they summon the dragon, I'll swoop in and break the bald one's neck. Totally gonna yell Team 3-Star when I do it too. Oh, I can see it now. Team 3-Star! Amazing.
Love that joke.
Yeah.
I'll snap the bald's one's neck.
Keep going.
Gonna yell Team 3-Star when I do it. Team 3-Star! Amazing. All right, so so Grant and Lanny, and I think Kieran was with them. Oh no! Hold on. I'm gonna.
You gotta tell it before you crack up.
No. Okay. No, it's not about that. It's about something else. So, Lanny and Grant, like they were on Tatooine. They only made it. They only made one episode out of that game.
Oh yeah, it's longer than you think.
Yeah. So so what happened was that Grant and Lanny, they were like they were fucking around in Tatooine asking people, but they were also like they were fighting droids, obviously.
Yeah.
But they kept dying, and then they made this whole joke about like just spinning around and then place when they saw it, and like they were just kind of miffed about the game's graphics and stuff.
It's a goofy one,
pixelated.
Yeah, Anakin is a stick figure. It's just a pale top stick and then a dark bottom stick.
Yeah,
with 2 arm sticks, 2 leg stick, and a blue lightsaber stick.
Yeah, and the thing is that like what baffles me and what's funny as hell is just when they were freaking out about the whole thing about just spinning around.
Okay, I'll have to pull it up and see. But
no.
It's a really goofy mechanic.
Before you fucking watch them, I want you to watch episode 1 of Star Wars, of them playing the Star Wars like episode 1 game.
Yeah, that's what we'll watch.
It's hilarious. I swear to God, it's funny as shit because of just. Okay, so it's like. They're screwing around in like the first episode. Well, not they beat the first. They beat the first mission, and that's when they were like on the Trade Federation ship, right next to Theed.
Yeah,
like the beginning. But like every time Qui-Gon Jinn, it's kind of like Qui-Gon Jinn's like door, like whenever he talks, like doors open, let's go. Yeah. Like he sounds so serious, and like obviously like Qui-Gon Jinn, he's kind of a serious, like he's definitely a serious Jedi.
Yeah.
But the funny thing is just how he said it. He sounded like it was so forceful, like no nonsense, and it just. When he said it to Obi-Wan, he's like, doors open. And then, like, the guys were like, the door is open. Oh, let's go.
They're just all messing around with it.
Yeah. And, like, they brought it up so many times in the episodes that they made.
It was just a running gag.
Yeah, it was honestly, it was probably one of my favorite running gags. Because
yeah, there could always be some pretty bad voice acting in games.
Oh my god, it was terrible, and it was obviously not even wasn't Liam Neeson.
No.
Like, I don't think they can get like people like that, and I don't mean that as like a mean thing to.
I could totally beat up Liam Neeson.
Yeah, I'll tell you who might want to hedge up. Liam Neeson.
Family Guy episode. But yeah, like, yeah, it wasn't Liam Neeson. It was some other guy. I don't know.
One thing that was tough about the New Droid Army was that because of the angle that you had on the camera, certain jumping mechanics made it really difficult.
Yeah.
And so there's a part where you're on Mustafar and you're having to jump between these floor bits
you
where
go
there's
Mustafar?
lava in the middle. And it's really hard because you can't turn the camera to look for the next jump.
Yeah.
And so figuring out if it's one of those jumps where you have to be right on the edge,
Right.
on your takeoff, or else you'll come up short. And a lot of times you wind up just running into the lava because you went too far, and then it would start you back really far away.
There's Vader's, guys. There's
which would be
Vader.
super annoying.
There's Vader.
Yeah.
We get early Vader.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. 'Cause yeah. Okay, that's funny. I didn't get it at first.
No, don't worry.
But yeah, fun one. But the one I spent the most, well, I say that, but I played a heck of a lot on episode 2, and I could never get the True Jedi status. It was such a tease because like the game in the book, in the instruction book for the Game Boy game, it's like if you hit True Jedi status and all the things, Yoda will show you a special secret. And I'm like,
will he?
Oh man, I got to figure this out, and I could never pull it off because I could never get it on the battle with the Emperor. At the end, because in order to get, there's so few things to get studs out of on that level that you can't die.
Oh.
And it's really hard to not die because the Emperor's lightning also pushes you backward.
So wait,
even if you block it, he'll push you backwards.
So you're fighting
off
as
the edge of the
Anakin
cliff.
against the Emperor?
No. This isn't Lego Star Wars, which is just the original trilogy.
Oh.
The Lego Star Wars 2 is the original trilogy.
Okay.
Yeah. But in episode 3, you play through episode 3 on either Obi-Wan's storyline or Anakin's storyline.
Right.
Which is fun because they'll meet and then they'll separate and then they'll meet again and separate, and it follows the movie pretty well.
Right.
But it's a lot of fun. It got really like exploratory in the different kind of force mechanics that you can do. And so it's not just like a push pull, but it's also like a heal, a shield. Anakin has a choke. Obi-Wan's got like this ground smash wave that he can do.
Yeah.
And then you can level up. Depending on how well you perform in the mission, you get bonus points to level up either the powers, like the amount of force power, like the strength of your force powers.
Yeah.
Or, you also had a slow time one that was really handy.
I don't think those are like Jedi force powers.
No, they just kind of made up a bunch of fun stuff, which was really enjoyable.
I kind of wish they were, but I mean, that's just...
They could have, like in the movies, they could have got more creative with it.
I mean, I guess that's like, oh no, it's the dark side. Like,
and this one they just kind of did whatever. But,
I don't know, because like some powers are just really cool. Like, I think, like I don't know how much is done by the Force, just because
in the comic books there was one really old Jedi Master. Different comic book. I don't remember what this one was called, but it was basically it was a series of after the end of episode 3.
Oh, so
and the Empire was formed. It was the stories of Vader going to all these distant planets and hunting the Jedi that had fled. And one of them was a really cool fight where this girl could basically like grow nature. Like she can encourage the growth of nature really, really rapidly.
I need help.
Yeah, and so she had gone to this planet that was full of nature and built up, like this nature, like fortress or whatever.
Yeah.
And Vader's like cutting and burning his way through it. It makes him look super evil, and he's got such a like strong man moment where basically the big tree that her whole base was rooted in, and that she had invested so much like time or whatever in it that her life was kind of linked to it.
Yeah.
He literally he grabs like the whole tree with the force and crushes it and drops it on her. And you're like, oh, that's a bad man.
That's the way to go. That's a horrible way to go.
Yeah, you're just looking at her like she's under the tree, like going like, don't do it, don't turn to the dark. Like there's still some light in you, and he's walking away.
He's like, no.
And they Palpatine's like sketched into the cloud in the background, and Vader's just like, oh, you're just like, oh man. That was the same. If this reminds anyone, it was the same series where Mara Jade was introduced.
Oh, that's from Luke's. Isn't that Luke's wife?
No, she was Vader's like main bounty hunter. She
really? I'm stupid. I can't believe I.
Yeah, let me look this girl up.
I thought Mara Jade was Luke's girlfriend.
Maybe. Let's see.
That's my thing.
She's a Skywalker.
Yeah, that's what I thought. See, I'm not.
Oh,
I stupid.
Okay, yeah. Okay, that's okay. I did not know this. So the only parts of her that I saw was when she was working for Vader.
What, Mara Jade?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so I don't know how that transition.
Okay,
took place,
so, not talk. Funny thing how we talk about like the original prequels and like the Legends series and stuff. Honestly, that should have kept going.
Yeah.
The Legend canon should have kept going. I'm sorry to say it, people. If you like the new Star Wars,
nobody likes the new Star Wars.
I'm sorry, man. Just no. Just no. I can't take
the ones that like the new Star Wars have never seen the old Star Wars.
Yeah, and even then, like I don't really care for the old Star Wars.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Like I know people are nostalgic about the old Star Wars, and I get it. But at the same time, I'm like, yeah, whatever. And you know what? You can bash me on the prequels, guys. I'm all for it.
But yeah, okay. So the thing that I was trying to get to is that in the Episode 3 Game Boy Advance game, you beat it on normal, and then it goes, all right, congratulations, you beat it on normal. Now beat it on hard, and you go on and you beat it on hard with both Anakin and Obi-Wan and normal and Anakin and Obi-Wan. And after you beat it on hard with whatever the second character is that you played it through, it goes, great, you beat it on hard with both characters. Now play the game upside down. Me being a goofy, like 10-year-old or whatever, I'm like, oh, it's on. I'm beating this game upside
backwards?
Down. And so I did. I took the Game Boy and flipped it over.
Oh my god, Alex, why?
And played the whole game again on normal and hard difficulty and beat them both with both characters with the Game Boy upside down.
All right.
The game had no idea I had actually performed this function, but it was an awesome challenge.
All right, people, that's your flex there.
That is my deep flex, is that I beat Episode 3 Game Boy Advance upside down.
All right, people, that's your challenge. You gotta try to beat Alex.
It was so much fun trying to because in order to do it, you basically you either pick like your pinky or your ring finger to hit the trigger buttons on the bottom instead, and then then the rest is just learning the movement backwards.
Yeah,
and it's really. Like you kind of don't forget your A and B as much, but it's just having that reaction time to get your weaker fingers to hit the trigger buttons and remember that your movement is backwards. Yeah, and it's actually pretty doable. If it was a platforming game, I would not recommend it at all.
No.
But a side-scrolling brawler works perfectly. Play the game upside down.
You hear that, kids? Play that game upside down. That's your flex. I don't think people would have the patience.
No, most people probably don't have that game anyway.
Oh, yeah.
There actually was a dueling mechanic too if you had the link cable.
Oh,
and this was the whole goofy. So, because me and my brother both had Game Boys, and we wound up convincing our parents to get us the link cable. And this was back before Amazon and big e-commerce was a thing, you know. So you like, I don't know what they did, but it was something like having to go to like the Game Boy Advanced website and order it all the way from Japan, you know, which or in 2000 and a bit, you know.
Yeah,
that was pre 2005. That was pretty like that was an effort, you know, compared to what it is. I mean,
you
now.
have to realize
it took like 2 months to show up.
You have to realize that like that same thing happens with like Pokemon, where you have to like sometimes there are event Pokemon that you cannot get like actually publicly.
Yeah.
Like you can't even catch them. So the thing is that what you have to do is like you have to go to an event. It's like a one-time event.
Yep.
Ridiculous if you ask me. And that is the only way you can get certain Pokemon. Like I said, it's like kind of like Jirachi or Celebi.
So we got the link cables like you know 2 or 3 months later, and we were super excited, and we didn't realize that you need a second, like you need a copy of the game in each Game Boy.
Oh no!
In order for this to work, and we only had the one, and so by that point we had totally abandoned the project and never gotten it to work. So I have no idea what the dual part of the game looks like. I've just hyped it up in my mind.
That's so depressing.
Super fun, and we still have all the link cables and stuff, and we've just never bought a second copy of the game.
It's so depressing, just realizing that all that work.
And it wasn't, and it's not until now that I was looking up stuff on DSs, and the DS was the first time where they basically had like a download and play function where only one person had to have a physical copy of the game, and then you could link the other person a download to the game, and from whatever was the Nintendo store for the DS, I think it's like DSi, and then they didn't have to have a physical copy, just you could share it and they could play together. But the Game Boy Advance was too old for that.
Yep.
We were one generation off.
You were so close. You were so close to that victory.
It was a sad time, but we had plenty of games between us
that's fair.
To split.
It sucks though, because like you put on all that effort just to.
So technically, I have never used my link cable because of that. Because by the time this operation was wrapped up, nobody was playing Game Boy anymore. Everyone had moved on to the DS and the Wii. Oh my God, so many people had Wiis in middle school.
Well, yeah,
and we're all playing Brawl, and I had no idea what they were talking about because all I had was a PS2 and a Game Boy Advance. And this was pre-smartphone too, so I couldn't just go look up what Brawl was. I had to just imagine what they were talking about at lunch. And so they're describing these stages, and I'm picturing them and the characters running around and these items, and then like, I don't know, maybe 5 years later or something, I wind up getting a Wii. And then, and not Brawl. It was another couple of years after that until I had Brawl, and then I was like, oh, that's what this game is. Like this is what they were talking about.
This is the hype.
Now I got to go back to middle school so I can go
back to a time machine.
I'll be relevant at the lunch table now because I finally got this game.
I feel bad now.
Yeah, Mom. Basically, the way our family operated was we were always a generation behind on the consoles, which was a smart move.
Yeah.
On parents' decision because that's a lot cheaper, and all of the games are already out. And so basically, we would buy the discounted console, and then there would be just a host of discounted games because they've all been produced and they're trying to move on to the next generation.
Well, I don't know about that, Alex, especially with Nintendo. Like I said, Nintendo is very known for not having certain. Well,
I still don't own a ton of Wii games, but PS2 games. I got a buttload of PS2 games.
Yeah,
that's
probably because like certain PS3 games also have that version of that game. It's just a port.
Yeah, the most time, like, because the base Wii like came with Wii Sports and Wii Play, and then all we got after that was Mario Kart, And for the longest time, that was like it. And then when Wii Sports Resort came out, we got that. Holy cow. That was all, like, me and my brother, between those 4 games, we put hundreds and hundreds of hours between those 4 games. It was so much fun.
That's fun, dude.
We got a lot of mileage out of that console.
It's kind of weird because I used to have a friend that I played a lot with in Brawl. It's funny because like we were just kind of melee nerds, and we weren't even that good. Like we didn't really care about like the whole wave dashing thing, like actual like tournament melee play. We were just like screwing around on it.
Yeah, I didn't realize, like, out of our friend group from high school, I didn't realize how many of y'all were tournament Smash players.
I'm not even a tournament. What are you talking about? I've never been in a tournament in my life.
You're good enough to be in one.
I'm average.
The people that I know were in tournaments, and then y'all would come over to my house to play, and you would beat everyone. You were good enough to be in tournaments.
I mean, like, look, I knew most of the mechanics, but I definitely had some people give me a run for my money.
You don't let Jordan talk this down. He is a fighting game machine.
I mean, I do know fighting game basics.
That's his element, man.
I know fighting game basics. It's not like I'm not trying to be like, oh, I'm a fighting game pro. Like, if I honestly did try to go pro, I feel like I would get my ass handed to me.
Well, I'm not saying going pro, but winning a local tournament.
Oh yeah, I mean locals.
Absolutely.
Definitely. Like if I had to go locals or something like that, like I could probably take it first. That's not me trying to boast. That's just me trying to say like.
No, it's just that's the kind of games that you're good at, man.
Yeah. I
am not a fighting game aficionado at all.
Yeah.
I'm pretty awful.
And then
I'm even awful at button mashing.
I mean, like it's not that I like to button mash. It's that like I try to make like I'm not saying I try to make complex combos, and I've learned this from certain other like YouTubers when I watch them about fighting games. Sometimes doing basic combos is just the best way to go, because like if you have guaranteed damage and like. You know the combo really well, and like you just keep. I mean, it's boring, yes, and if like trying to get hype combos, that'd be cool. But sometimes it's just not realistic.
It works.
Yeah, and it's not. It's safe. It's sometimes it saves your ass. Other times he can bite you in the ass. He can be very typical.
Here's an example of my play style. I don't block.
Oh, that's a terrible idea.
Because I never really learn how to block when I get any of those games. I just jump into it and attack and dodge and attack and dodge.
Well, I mean,
hopefully that's enough.
Sometimes, honestly, like being offensive is just a really good way to go.
And so, like in arcade modes, what'll happen is I'll play through until like about halfway, usually like the 5th fight, and the computer will actually start playing hard against me, to where it can stun lock me if I'm not, if I don't just like come out with like a massive lead or whatever, and I'm like, okay, now I have to learn how to block. That's usually when I start practicing it in the game, because it's like, okay, now I need to slow down and do this, and all right,
you gotta learn technical stuff,
combo, and then I don't. Oh my god, I suck at those games.
No, that's fine.
They're so fun though. I love watching people that are really good at fighting games. It's like one of the coolest looking things that I think video games produced is these really good, fighting games.
Honestly, if you want a fighting game that's fast paced and really fun and like
characters
out of fucking mind, you should watch Marvel vs. Capcom 2.
Yeah. We played some at the arcade.
Yeah, and like I'm not really good in like trying to play on stick, and I know people grow up with like stick arcade.
Who grows up with stick now though? Because everyone's got in-home consoles.
A lot of people.
So unless you buy your own.
There are a lot of old. I'm not saying old fogies, but like there are a lot of old people that do play on stick. I still like playing.
No. Yeah, I agree that a lot of people play on stick. But like nowadays, I couldn't see anyone growing up on stick.
Yeah, it's because arcades weren't really a thing in our generation, dude.
And now everyone grows up on touchpad. You don't even have a controller.
Yeah, you don't even have to try. But I was just a little bit too late in the arcade days, you know. I just wasn't there as a kid because I just was so focused on sports and stuff. I really wish I learned more about it though. Like I would love to be like a really good fighting game player like that.
Oh yeah, well it's one that you can always get back into.
Oh yeah, definitely. I'm just saying like it's kind of hard to like get into stick, and I've actually been. I'm not saying I've been told, but like it's not sometimes necessary to be good on stick. Like sometimes it's like some people that go pro like in fighting games. Sometimes they're pad. Like they use the controller.
Interesting.
And the thing is that like those guys actually do work a lot to try and do it, and like sometimes they don't get as far, but other times like there are people that are just too good. Like sometimes you just meet your match in that game, in those games. And I'm not saying that as a discouragement to people to say like, oh, you'll never get first place at a fighting game tournament. Like if
you
you're
don't
playing
know until you try.
Yeah, exactly. And if you play local, you know what? You have a good chance of winning. Like sometimes you have a good chance of winning.
Mm-hmm.
Unless you have like a super fucking star going there to get their Jack in the Box money. You know? I'm just saying, man, sometimes the people go to a local just to get Jack in the Box money.
There's something to that, yeah.
Of course, there are some pros that are like, oh, that's beneath me. I'll just go to like Evo or go to another fighting game tournament like majors and stuff. And that's fine too. And you know what? Sometimes people that are kind of average can win a major too. It's not that I'm saying that people that play like scrubs, like I'm not saying that they're bad. They need to learn the game.
Oh, I'm bad. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
complete scrub shout out here to Blaze Blue for having a easy mode where it automatically does the combos for you. Super nice. Makes me feel like I can actually win the game because the reason that I'm playing that game is to see the stuff at the end.
Oh yeah, the story. No. There are definitely other reasons to play video games. Obviously, other than just competitive. I mean, story-driven stuff is very interesting to me still. Like as time goes on, like I'm not saying that like I'm not into the competitive scene, but I definitely do like the fact that.
And I like learning like the lore and the little character interactions before the fight starts. I'm like, oh, this is why these two say that to each other.
Oh, this is why these two are fighting. Oh, this is
where this rivalry comes from.
Yeah, it's stuff like that gives us context, and sometimes that context can make us appreciate the character more, or sometimes it'll make you feel like sympathetic, or other times like I won't feel sympathetic because of what this person does. That's the thing. That's the thing about like these video games that we play. Like even in a fighting game, because fighting games aren't so renowned for. Used to be not renowned for story. They used to be just, fighting games to fight. Like, they were just competitive. But as it evolves, like, it starts to get more... It starts to get more, not technical. Well, it definitely gets more technical. Oh, excuse me.
And I appreciate there's a lot of really good artwork that's come out of fighting games.
Oh, definitely. That is one thing that
I really enjoy.
It can be down to fan service, or it can be down to...
There's that kind of artwork, too. They're both good.
Yes.
Whether you're playing Dead or Alive or Street Fighter.
I think it's good for the community. Like, I'm not saying that, like, oh, like, making porn like that is good for the community. I'm saying that it's good for the community because... people care about the series still.
Yeah, it generates interest.
Yeah. And I like that because, who knows? Maybe you want to play it again. Maybe you want to see another. Just depends.
There's always such a good variety of characters.
Yes.
Probably the oldest, or like the first fighting game I think I ever played was one of the Soul Calibers.
Soul Calibur 2?
I don't know which one. It was on a demo in a Walmart forever ago.
Dude, it's been so long since I've seen demos like that.
And I would have never known it was Soul Calibur until I had seen the character that I was playing as again, which was the guy with the giant sword.
Oh, Nightmare.
It probably, yeah. Yeah, it was the big... Yeah, he was all like diamondy.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh, that was a Soul Calibur. Okay.
That was a Soul Calibur.
I like Soul Calibur.
It was cool.
It was cool.
But, yeah, I miss that nowadays. Just having demos like that. You don't see them anymore.
That was waning even before COVID.
Yeah.
Now that'll never be a thing.
Nope.
To come back, shared controllers, get that out of here. Kiosks, no way.
No.
But even before then, I always thought that was such a fun part of like the game section in stores was that you had all these little demo setups.
Yeah. And the thing is like it gave you an idea of what game you were playing, I guess.
Yeah, just you could try out things that you had never seen before, and it made it fun. Yeah. I really like if I ever had too much money, I would probably start collecting kiosks.
No. Here's what one of my dreams is. My dreams is like to own like arcade cabinets.
Yeah. So what I would want to do is I would collect them, right? And then I would take them to events and have them set up not to sell but to play. Like here's this game corner. Like I could set up a little arcade over at these events. That'd be so much fun.
Yeah.
Come play games. Come on down.
Come on, yeah. Step right up.
I just accidentally acquired my first demo disc.
Oh yeah,
was
Tekken 5.
Yeah, so in a bookstore, which is actually some bookstores will wind up having like discount games and stuff too that people drop off. And I thought I was getting Tekken 5, and the disc that the box was Tekken 5, but the disc that they handed me was the demo disc. I didn't know that. I just thought it had a blue bottom for no reason. I was like, oh, this is just kind of cool looking. And then it wasn't until I plugged it in and it was like, okay, start. Oh, it's starting me in a fight. Okay, well, I like these two characters. And I won. And back to the start screen. Okay, I'll hit start. And it's these two characters. Oh my god, I have a demo disc.
Yeah, it's cool shit like that though. Like I'm not even mad about that. I mean, it sucks that you didn't get the game entirely, but like
it was a funny surprise.
Yeah, and it's definitely a strange one too to get.
But now it's like now it's like cool. Like, oh, you guys want to play Tekken 5? Sure, here's the demo. I'll set you right up.
Hell yeah, dude! Like honestly, like that'd be cool. Like just giving demos. What I would love to do is like I would love to get people back into like older fighting games. Like I said, like the Marvel vs. Capcom series. I would love people to play those games. I mean, sometimes those games are busted, but like I still think they're fun, and I would love to have new people like come into the genre instead of having their fucking taste buds ruined by Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, which sucks, by the way. That game sucks. In terms of gameplay, it's good. In terms of story, it's garbage.
I'm a Tekken guy.
Yeah, I know, but Tekken has
for the audience. What kicked that off was the intro for Tekken Tag 2. I thought that was one of the coolest pieces of animation I had ever seen, and cool. watched it way too much. and just kind of had that whole thing ingrained in my brain. And I love like the song that was going along with it. And so since then I started watching like Tekken gameplay footage and stuff. And then when I had a system that could play it, I got Tag 2, and I was like, oh, this is the greatest game ever. Was cool. And so now I'm like just a huge fan of the whole Tekken series.
I guess what got me into the Marvel vs. Capcom scene was like playing. There was this game actually. Obviously, there was this game called Marvel Superheroes, and I played that, and it was probably one of the coolest things ever because just stuff like that, like. Marvel Superheroes had one of the coolest intros because it was like a bunch of like comic looking art, obviously. And the thing about it was having it happen, like, and as the comic art like kind of showed up, there were fights on the screen and like it's just really dynamic. Just fighting certain characters that were really wacky looking, like that just kind of looked weird, like Shimagoreth. Like he doesn't even have any arms. He's a tentacled monster.
Oh yeah, just some of like the non-humanoid characters.
Yeah, my favorite's definitely Blackheart. He was a demon.
Ooh,
he's probably one of my favorite. He's still to date one of my favorite looking Marvel characters. Because like I think he looks really cool. Like he has like he's like a black body, but like in the comics, in the comics he kind of has like this darkish blue like look, but he's obviously like black. And he's actually the son of Mephisto, and Mephisto is the devil.
Mephisto.
So yeah, like
that was a bad joke.
Kid Fisto. But yeah, like I definitely.
Dude, Kid Fisto was awesome.
Yeah, he's a cool Jedi.
Underwater.
He's a cool Jedi.
And Ayla Secura loved him, and he loved her.
Couldn't be together.
I love that they played it up in the cartoon, the Disney cartoon.
What?
Kid Fisto and Sakura's like romance.
Oh, in Clone Wars?
Yeah.
I didn't notice that.
Yeah. And the whole Attack on Kamino, they were together.
Oh.
And helping each other out.
Okay.
It was cool.
Wait, which one are you talking about? Like Star Wars: The Clone Wars, or like the 2006?
Whatever was the animated series that.
The 3D one?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
That may have been Cartoon Network. No, it was Disney. Wait.
No. I don't think it was.
Yeah, okay, it was probably Cartoon Network.
Yeah. Yeah, like stuff like that. I mean, it's kind of cool because.
All right, favorite fighting game character.
Oh man, you can't do this to me. You can't do this to me. It's like choosing my favorite child.
Okay.
Actually, I think I can.
You think you can?
I think.
I say this while trying to think of one myself.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I can't.
I can't remember character names.
No. It's not that I can't remember character names. It's not that I can't remember character names. It's just the fact that I can't.
I take back the question. Don't worry about it.
Oh man.
Post below what your favorite.
Yeah, post in the comment section, guys. Like if you guys wanna check out like
favorite series, favorite stage. If you're a real, crap, I forgot the word. If you're a real expert at whatever game you like.
I mean, because I would have to narrow it down to like what my favorite fighting game series is.
That's a tough one too.
Yeah, and then like I gotta be like, oh,
you have to pick a series, and then you'd have to pick like the best version of that character in whatever game it was in.
Yeah, that's really tough.
That is, yeah. Especially with how much you've played.
What?
Like how many fighting games you played? You got such a big list to pick.
I got a list.
My list is like 3.
I got a list of characters that I really enjoy. Like if I had to, God, it's hard. It's hard to think about.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing is that like sometimes that character just flat out sucks, like in tournament play.
Yeah. Yeah, if it's just not even a good like tiered character, like if the game nuked him or whatever.
Yeah.
Or nerfed.
Yeah, they could get a huge fucking nerf.
I'm behind on my game lingo.
No, that's fine.
So I think we got a good looking item sheet here. We've got the Deku Nut, we've got the bomb, we've got the gem, whatever's the area of effect gem.
Oh, Dense Fire.
Dense Fire. We got the slingshot. We've got an ocarina.
And we got the Ocarina of Time.
That's the Ocarina of Time.
Yeah, here. Let me finish up this right here.
Because I do know that there's more than one ocarina.
Oh, yeah, there's the Fairy Ocarina, and there's... I feel so bad for the Fairy Ocarina. You only get it, like, at the beginning of the game.
Is it one of those that you would just never use?
Yep. Because you get the... you get the, Ocarina of Time.
There's some games where, like, you get a cool item and then you never use it. And then there's some games that I played where I actually took the starter items and, like, used them the entire time and never used, like, the upgraded stuff because I hoarded them.
Yeah.
A fun example of that is Jurassic Park 3 on the Game Boy Advance. So you're a guy and your plane crashes on the island and you're trying to make your way to the docks. You start off with a flare gun and you can shoot dinosaurs and it'll like stun them and knock them back. And then to get rid of them, you can either shoot them, and then if they're standing next to a barrel, you shoot it and it'll explode and it'll knock them over.
Yeah.
You can shoot them and use the knockback to shoot them off a cliff or into a hole if that's like part of the environment.
Yeah.
Or you just stun them and run away, or run around them basically. Yeah. You do your first big boss fight against the Tyrannosaur, and then the game gives you a sleep dart. Or like it's like a sleep gas gun and show it, and it's got a limited number of pellets, and then you basically shoot it and it'll hit whatever or land on the ground, and it'll produce this smoke, and any dinosaur that walks into the smoke will get knocked out and will stay knocked out, so it's easy to take them out of commission. Well, they only gave you like 10 shots. And I was like, I'll save this for later, and kept playing the game, and then I was about up to like 30, and I was like, I'll save this for later, and kept using the flare gun and playing the game. And then by the end of the game, I had racked up like 60 smoke pellets and never used them once. And it was like, this is the last level. I'm like, you know what? We're going to finish this game with the flare gun.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna beat the whole game, never even using the smoke pellets.
Shoot the I can't speak. Tyrannosaurus Rex in the eye.
Yeah.
It's like in Jurassic World, where that chick shot. No, I'm thinking of Kong Skull Island.
That one's fun too.
Yeah, but anyways, so here's the 5 items that I've made right here.
Very nice.
Yes, indeed, and I have made, like I said. I've made Deku Nut. I made the bomb. I made Dense Fire. I have made a slingshot. Okay, there's the slingshot right there.
Mm-hmm.
And then I made the Ocarina of Time.
The Dense Fire looks really good.
I thought it looks pretty decent.
I like that it's got like the different panel coloring, and then the flame looks like it's on the inside.
Yeah,
and
that's kind of the point. It's supposed to look translucent because it's supposed to be like a crystal.
Yeah, and it's still got that 3-dimensional element to it.
So there's our items right there, guys.
That reflection on the smoke bomb's good too.
What?
Or is it just a regular bomb?
It's just a regular bomb.
The reflection looks good.
Yeah. But
now you're well equipped to go adventuring, but it's dangerous to go alone.
Take this! I actually kind of like that song.
I like it too. It's a really good
I actually like some of their songs. Some others are definitely better than others, but I mean, just
I didn't realize who that was.
What?
But like I didn't realize
Ninja Sex Party?
Yeah, I didn't realize that they were Starbomb plus Aaron.
I mean, because it's mostly down to Dan.
Starbomb is Ninja Sex Party plus Aaron. Yeah. I said that wrong.
Yeah,
but
because Ninja Sex Party is Ninja Brian and Dan.
Okay, so I didn't know that Ninja Sex Party was a band at first. I didn't realize that was tied to the Grump crew. Like I just saw them and I thought like, oh, that's a totally separate thing. You know, maybe these guys sound familiar, but it surely isn't them.
No,
you know, it wasn't until I told somebody about it, and I was like, oh man, have you heard this group Starbomb? They're really cool, and they're like, oh yeah, that's just Ninja Sex Party, and I'm like, what? Who's this? Wait, they're the Game Grumps? No way. Wait, that's all the same guys? Oh man,
come on, man. I mean, I guess it just did. It's because that you only really hear Dan sing.
Yeah.
So that's why.
Yeah.
But anyways, I actually really liked this right here. I kind of wanted to continue on.
Yeah, we might have to do some more item sheets. This is pretty fun.
I like the idea of making more Legend of Zelda items, and there's definitely enough.
Oh my god!
To fill a sheet, definitely.
This is just 5 items from one game.
Yeah, exactly. This is only 5 items, and
there's a lot of Zelda games.
And this is only from, like I said, this is only from Ocarina of Time.
Mm-hmm.
So there's definitely a lot of items to make. So with that being said, we're gonna save some more item drawing.
Thank y'all for tuning in.
Yep, we're gonna save some more item drawing the next time I go, but let's see what Alex has up his sleeve this next episode.
Oh dear, I'm not ready. I'm ready. I don't know. I haven't totally decided what I want to draw yet.
No problems. We still got a week left, so.
Oh yeah. So you better pick now. You
better tune in now, guys. This is like Speed. This is like him being on a bus 70 miles per hour and he can't stop.
Never saw it.
It's pretty cool. But anyways.
Seen clips.
Yeah. So there we go.
There we go. Get a nice clean M going.
Yeah. So anyways, and I think that wraps it up for the items right here.
Awesome.
So thank you guys for tuning in.
See y'all in the next one.
Yeah, like, comment, and subscribe if you guys enjoyed the video.
Check out Jordan's other channel.
Oh yeah, I also have a Let's Play channel I haven't touched in a bit, but I'll definitely get back into it. Shameless plugging.
Eventually.
Yeah, no, I'll definitely get back into it, guys.
Yeah, here's the trick to YouTube. Start multiple channels and have them all just promote the one channel.
Yeah.
This is how the pros do it.
This is how professionals do it, guys. And remember, guys, we're always professional.
We're always strictly professional.
But anyways, we'll see you guys next time, all right?
Bye.
See you guys later.